Hi, Jess. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm so glad that we could connect, Stephanie.
I'm so glad to talk to you today, especially about a very important topic that's coming up, and that is Mother's Day, right? A
Oh,
very
yes.
happy day. Happy day for
Mhm.
the mothers out there. So happy Mother's Day to anyone who celebrates. But it also can bring some tension sometimes, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, I know Mother's Day is right around the corner, and I love working with a lot of couples, and it can be kind of really stressful for couples as well. So,
Yes, it can be very, very stressful. And so, what I'd like to ask you today is to just share some of your wisdom as a great couples therapist on like how have you helped couples before when maybe what should be a really happy holiday like Mother's Day, when maybe there's some tension or when there's some issues maybe from past Mother's Day, when maybe one of them has been disappointed or there's been some problems. So let's go ahead. What kind of uh, examples do you have when you've helped, say, a couple manage, a difficult holiday dynamic?
Yeah, I love working with in-laws and family dynamics, and unfortunately or fortunately, this is a dynamic that pops up a lot in couples, and especially when it comes about with in-laws. And I'll give an example here is let's say couples, they're like one person wants to go spend time with their mom, and the
Okay.
other one is like, I want to spend time with my mom. How do you navigate that around mother-in-law or Mother's Day here? And one of the things that's really important, or what I counsel couples, is taking the time to really sit down and communicate and have a conversation of like, what's that longing or that dream, or why is it so important for them, and to have a deeper kind of conversation, and to for both people to feel like their dream is being honored.
Mm,
And so then after they both truly understand what the why this is important or what the difference is, then they kind of can come up with a compromise of like what's a win-win situation that both their dreams can be honored. And it might not be perfect, that's okay, but just
mhm.
kind of coming up with a compromise that both people are okay with.
That's great. I love it. So you're saying, especially if they've had some conflict before on Mother's
Mhm.
Day, for example,
Mhm.
maybe one, I think we were talking about this earlier, like this is a typical situation is where one person, is a mom themselves,
Mhm. Mhm.
but they also have their own mothers. Maybe they're part of that sandwich generation. And
Yeah.
their spouse or their partner really wants to spend part of the day with their mom, and then
Mhm.
they also want to spend part of the day celebrating their partner who's also a mother, and so
Yeah.
maybe there's some tension there between how do we divide our time, and so you might kind of have a conversation with them about what their dreams, their longings, their expectations are,
Absolutely. Mhm.
and help them to kind of navigate like how do we maybe compromise, right?
Yeah.
So can
Mhm.
you think of a way that couples have compromised in the past on that topic?
I mean, there's so many different ways, but I think one of the things I've noticed is maybe spending half the day, like, celebrating their like creating a ritual or
Okay.
spending that time like half the day together, and then the second half of the day maybe visiting mom or so, like just kind of coming up with some sort of middle ground. And there's like a thousand different more but different ways that people can kind of meet in the middle a little bit.
What I'm hearing from you too is that there's probably not a right or a wrong way.
Absolutely.
There's
Uh-huh.
no one way to celebrate a
Yeah.
holiday, and nobody
Mhm.
owns the holiday, even if you're a mom, even if
Yeah.
you have
Mhm.
obligations to your own family of origin, your in-laws.
Mhm.
There's not a right or wrong way to spend a holiday like this, but it is important
Yeah.
that you two, as a couple, really talk about it and
Mhm.
navigate it and try to honor each other and each other's
Yeah.
requests so that the
Yeah.
compromise doesn't feel one-sided or that just like one person's winning, right?
Mhm.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jess, for your wisdom and sharing how you've helped couples especially navigate some difference of opinion on a holiday like Mother's Day. And to anyone
Mhm.
celebrating Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. This is Jessica Hart, one of our amazing couples therapists at Couples Counseling ATL. And if you're interested in working with her, you can reach out to us at counselingatl.com or email us at info@counselingatl.com to get your free initial consultation if you're interested in working with her. Thank you,
Oh,
Jess.
thank you, Stephanie.
Bye.